As we experience Matariki, the Māori New Year, the planets are apparently lining up to throw us a few challenges in our way. So here to explain the celestial stumbling blocks, welcome motivational astrologer GiGi Sosnoski. Lovely to see you, GiGi.
Thank you. Great to be back. Great to see you.
Hey, we're talking about Mercury Retrograde. What is this?
Well, traditionally, Mercury Retrograde is a time where there's a lot of miscommunications, a lot of delays, a lot of limitations, but it is so much more than that. I mean, traditionally, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, has a lot to do with, of course, how we interact with each other. When it goes retrograde, which is actually the Latin word for backwards, a lot of things start to happen in our lives. But of course, planets don't go backwards. It's just really our perception of this planet Mercury, which is in a different kind of orbit, speeding past us, going around the sun, and we start to perceive it to be slowing down, stopping, and then going backwards. But of course, it just doesn't. But the cool thing is, when it does go backwards, we do have a great propensity for miscommunications and for things perhaps, going backwards in our own lives, delays, misquotes, misunderstandings, misrepresentation. So it is a time of a little turmoil. The best way to utilize it, of course, is to perhaps refocus and readdress the issues that we're wanting to look at right now and implement them after the Mercury retrograde period.
Right, so how does Mercury retrograde actually affect us?
Well, basically, it is, again, a time where there is a lot of miscommunication, where we have travel delays, breakdowns, where we have mechanical problems, computers, dishwashers, etc., where we have a difficulty communicating and connecting with each other. So it is a time to be aware of that. Again, having that awareness, we can work with it a little bit better. But again, this is a wonderful time to work on the things that you want to research and perhaps rework and restudy in order to implement them when Mercury goes direct, and that will be actually on the 21st of July. So from June 27th to the 21st of July, we have this retrograde period where things are a little wonky, perhaps. But again, there's so much more than that. I tell my clients there is a positive side to Mercury. Absolutely. And that is really, take this time, this opportunity to readdress some of those internal issues. It can be a time where we can refocus on this spiritual, the mental, the emotional, clean out our closet, so to speak. It is a great time to do journaling, to connect with the inner dialogue within yourself, to think about how you could rework, readdress, relook at some of the issues in your life, and again, make them better in order to implement them going forward.
Fantastic. Should we look at some of the star signs, the specific star signs?
Sure. Well, of course, you need to know where it is in your specific chart, but generally, if you are an Aries, the Aries energy wants to move forward, and certainly that is a wonderful thing, but during a Mercury retrograde time, very important to slow down, be flexible. If you're a Taurus during the Mercury retrograde time, hey, you are. The Tauruses sort of dislike change. They like routine, they like things balanced, and so this is a time to be flexible. If you are a Gemini, of course, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and that is all about communications and interactions. Be aware of what you say, how you say it, and certainly a lot of paperwork. If you're a Cancer, that's the nurturing energy, the caring energy. Make sure during this Mercury retrograde time that you are caring about yourself, and also watch getting a little overly emotional. If you're a Leo during this Mercury retrograde time, it's a great time, of course, where you're thinking about being yourself, expressing yourself, being creative, but watch extravagance, watch moderation. You're also going to find that if you are a Virgo during the Mercury retrograde period, there's this need for protection and perfection in our lives, organization. This is certainly a time where, again, you need to be a little flexible, realizing that things just aren't going to be in the right order. If you're a Libra during the Mercury retrograde time, Libras need beauty, they need relationships, they need interactions, and this is a time where you need to watch indecision and watch the balance on that. If you're a Scorpio during the Mercury retrograde energy, it's going to be a big time when you are going to feel emotional and perhaps a little jealous and passionate. A little moderation there too. If you're a Sagittarius, Sagittarius need to see the big picture, need to take it all in. This is a great time, of course, but again, moderation, watch going overboard. If you're a Capricorn, that's going to be a time where you're going to be thinking perhaps in terms of security, how to get more security in your life with your family, etc. If you're an Aquarius, Aquarius love to interact with each other, love to communicate and express. Watch how you say things and how you interact with others. Right. And lastly, if you're a Pisces during this Mercury retrograde period, all about imagination, of course, creativity and feeling, but watch foggy thinking or nebulousness. So that's basically how some of those astrological signs will be interacting with the Mercury retrograde energy. But all in all, it is a good thing.
Fantastic. Sounds amazing. And I've written down flexible as mine.
Yes,
for
flexible.
Taurus. Here we go. It's noted. So much. Thank you so much, Gigi.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you again.
Great to see you.
All right. And if you'd like to know more about Mercury retrograde, you can find Gigi's full forecast up on our website. Over to you, Jeanette.